Greetings. Hello, everyone. I am Lady Calamere. I am doing my 102nd video, and it will be on Mictecacihuatl. She is the Aztec goddess of Mictlan, the deepest level of the 9 levels of the underworld. She lives in a house, a windowless house, with her husband, Mictlancutli. Mictecacihuatl. I see. I had to learn how to pronounce her name, and I had a friend, and he is descendant of the Mexica people who became the Aztecs. So he's actually a descendant of the Aztecs. So, learning how to pronounce some of the Nahuatl words takes some time. It's like rolling your R's when you not used to rolling your R's. If you some, not just Spanish but other languages roll their R's, and that's pretty hard. Sort of like this pronouncing CH, like in Hebrews. So Michael is Michael. So it just takes a little practice. The T, especially the consonants like the TL. So even I kind of still mess it up. And I do my best. Mictecacihuatl is the proto Santa Muerte. Okay, where Santa Muerte evolved from, and many people, especially from Mexico, know this and even believe this wholeheartedly. And this is not a presentation on Santa Muerte, but I will touch a little bit on her. And these are just some of the Aztec versions of her. Or here is her form of La Niña Negra of La Guadalupe. And you see there's a golden warrior here, and we have a white La Niña Blanca. But these are her Aztec forms that I wanted to bring in. I have 2 forms somewhere. I think one is still in the box. Sorry. And my cats knocked one, probably knocked it around. Sorry. Or something. It's somewhere. 8 cats. Yes, they mess with my statues. Yes, they mess with the altars. Yes, they steal her scythe. Yes, they do it with joy. But the gods and goddesses know these are innocent animals, and they do not mean any disrespect. And the cats are in every room. So back onto the point. As for Santa Muerte, they're gonna be many that will say she is. So they'll say, "Oh no, she is. She has nothing to do with paganism. She is an angel of God. No, she's a saint. No, she's both a saint and an angel." To me, Santa Muerte is a goddess. I do call her Santa Muerte, Santissima Muerte, Most Holy Death, Lady Death, and Mictecacihuatl is also called Mictlan to Mic. Sorry, Mictlan Tekut. No, sorry. I might restart this, but it's late. So the name is Mictlantecuhtli as well. So Mictecacihuatl is also called Mictlantecuhtli, and she is the lady of death. She is the lady of the underworld. Her bird is an owl, especially the horned owl. Now there's also another owl, and I can't think of the word for it in Spanish, but it's an owl with a human face. It's a witch's owl. So this goddess, the goddess of the dead, is also, her job is to guard the bones of the dead. Also, when daylight comes, she has her mouth open to devour the stars during the day, to bring it into herself. She also oversees all the observances, the rituals, and the celebration of the ancestors and those who have gone before. So the customs of the modern Dia de los Muertos, many of the customs are the same as during the Aztec Empire, Ixnay, the human sacrifices, but many of them, if you were to take an Aztec and put him on the time machine and bring him to modern day, they may say, yeah, some of these customs are the same. And the modern Dia de los Muertos, the celebration of the dead, was actually practiced around mid-August to mid-September. It was moved to coincide by the conquistadors to coincide with their All Souls Day and All Saints Day. Now, depending on the territory of Mexico, the Dia de los Muertos may last a few days, may last a few weeks. Some people like to celebrate it for the whole month. And, people in America like to say, oh, Dia de los Muertos is the same thing as Halloween. It's the same thing as Samhain. Bzz, wrong. The thing that they have in common is celebrating the ancestors and the sweets. And, of course, the skulls. But no, the customs are different. Dia de los Muertos is not about trick-or-treating. It's not about the third and final harvest. It's not about, oh, it's the new year. No, it's different. It's done differently. And I've been to Dia de los Muertos celebrations, and I've been through the processions, and they actually hired people from Mexico to do this, to dance wear the different deities and to respect the different deities, also to do the dances and the prayers, and they do the whole thing, and then they do the procession. And of course it's also for like touristy thing, but they have some serious people from Mexico doing this. And I've talked to some of the people, and they were like, how the hell did you know about our gods and how to pronounce them right? And they were surprised that I knew. I would point out, I say, oh, I know who that is. That's Tezcatlipoca. And they're like, how did you know? And I started telling them about it, and we were just talking, and it was really interesting. And I talk to people, and I learn about these deities. But no, Dia de los Muertos is not Halloween. It's not It's not Samhain. It's not the Devil's Night. It's not. I'm not calling Samhain Devil's Night, please. But there is like the Devil's Night right before Halloween, where people go crazy. No, it's none of that. And she is not Satan. She is not the devil's wife. That was brought on by the conquistadors, but she is the one who rules over these processions. And in modern day, when you talk to people, they love Mictecacihuatl. Imiklan. And especially she has become more famous than her husband now. She has taken on more popularity, more interest, but a lot has been lost about her. Okay? So she deals with spirits, and people look at her as very lovingly. And she, like I said, she's a proto Santa Muerte. Oh, please, no. We are not going to have fights today. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Where's my laser pointer? Nope, that's not my laser pointer. Nope, 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 nope. Get the red dot. Come on, Loki. So, like, Santa Muerte has become an all-purpose, whatever you see her as, angel, saint, goddess, and depending on her color. Now, some people stick with just the white, red, and black traditional. No. No, no. Hi, Loki. How are you doing? Others, believe in the different color schemes, even to the point of the Siete Potentias. And the Siete Potentias could be different colors, of 7 different colors. Some as the Roy G. Biv color. Others could be like with silver, gold, red, pink, whatever. And yes, there are the amber. Now she has amber Santa Muerte. I've seen lavender Santa Muerte. Of course, green Santa Muerte has nothing to do with money. Nothing to do with money. Actually, that has to do with the law, justice, whether it's to keep the law away, contra la ley spells, or to, help someone in prison. If you want anything with the money, you want to go with the gold Santa Muerte or the Santa Muerte with the robe full of currency. No! Okay. Stop! You are going to pull down the whole tree. Come on. Come on. Loki, I think you need your calming treats today. Yes, he has to get calming treats because he's freaking crazy. Come on, Loki. Always gotta act a fool. He's always gotta act a fool. I swear. It's always gotta be a show for everyone. So, her animal, her totem is an owl. And she's also deals with the same, some of her totems, like some people say she also deals with spiders. She is, and we're gonna go from Santa Muerte back to Mictecacihuatl, to the Proto Santa Muerte, to the Aztec goddess. She deals with subterranean. She deals, come on, with the night. I'm not saying she doesn't come out in day. I'm saying she deals with the night. As Santa Muerte, death. Okay, I'm back into Santa Muerte. Santa Muerte, everyone and everything dies every second. So, but this goddess deals with death. She deals with the underworld. No, Loki! Loki! Here. So, I'm sorry that you're hearing the cat toys to distract Mr. Crazy here. And I'm afraid to even get his calming treat. He didn't have one today, but because here we go. With the Godzilla shit knocking over the altar. So she deals with death. She feels at home. I mean, in modern day, you would find her energies in graveyards, cemeteries. This is where you can leave offerings to her. Also caves. You can leave offerings to in the caves, and mortuaries is where you can have prayers to her, or when you go by a funeral home, you can ask her to bless you. She, in today's people, will actually call this goddess to protect them from evil spirits. Or she can use to call evil spirits on someone. She can help bring an end to a situation, to cut cords with people. She can end, she is death, and she can end disease. And people will pray to her for her protection, to protect them during the night, to protect them, their ancestors. And again, she is really celebrated, Dia de los Muertos. This is basically coming her time, and yes, witches and Wiccans, I've noticed, are celebrating her Samhain and combine her when they pray. I mean, not just witches, Wiccans, well, witches, brujas, brujos, brujeria will mix Santa Muerte with this goddess, and will say, Mictecacihuatl, Santa Muerte, Mictecacihuatl, I call you, and by spirit, air, fire, water, earth, or whatever. And so some people will not use her when they call Santa Muerte, okay? So she is the Lady of the Dead. She is responsible for guarding the bones of the dead. That there were 5 sons. We are the 5th son of creation, and her job was to protect the bones so that after destruction, new life can be once again created. My laser pointer just failed. It just died. Yay me. Sorry. Everything was quiet until I did this. You know how it goes. If you are a subscriber and you watch my videos before, you know how this is. I have 8 cats. So how it is said that in her folklore, I don't want to say mythology, but when I say mythology, I don't mean it's fake. But I like to say her stories and her folklore is saying that she was sacrificed as an infant. She was born as human and sacrificed as an infant. And that she, after her sacrifice, she became the goddess of the underworld and married to the Lord of the Dead. And she co-rules it. She co-rules it with her husband. Some images of this goddess is seen her with bones as a skeletal, with her mouth open. Others images have seen her with flayed skin, with her mouth open. So she's flayed, her skin is off. Also, she will be seen with skulls on her head. In some images, I've seen some paintings like that, and also snakes, a girdle of snakes. No, she is not Kali. In today's Wiccan mind, the neo-pagan mind, they like to use Maiden Mother Crone. Even with Santa Muerte, oh, Santa Muerte is a crone. But if you wanted to use that imagery on Santa Muerte, I guarantee you it's not the white that would be the maiden. The red would be more of the maiden, the white more of the mother, and the black more of the crone. But I'm not saying she's Maiden Mother Crone, okay? I'm just saying, if you want to simulate, trust me, it would not be the white that is the maiden. That is more motherly. So she deals with, if you have a house, I would say that if the basement would be dealing with her subterranean self in not saying the old world, I'm saying the new world, in modern times. And of course, you can have her altar anywhere. You don't have to have it just in the basement. As anyways, I actually had a book on Santo. I have a book on Santo Muerte. I have it upstairs, and I don't want to leave this altar, but it has prayers to the Aztec version. And some people say if you're not used to the Santo Muerte energy, maybe you shouldn't get an Aztec version yet. But I'm very used to her. Maybe one day I should tell you how I met her. But anyways, still on her descriptions. When she is not skeletal, and we're not talking about Santa Muerte, we're talking about Mictecacihuatl. Mictecacihuatl has also, like, not only a skirt made of snakes, but sagging breasts. Her breasts are no longer full, it's sagging. Come on, little boo. It's Lady Boss, everyone. Before we had Loki. Now, let's give credit where credit is due, because I got distracted. This card, as you remember my other presentation, this is the Lady of the Dead. And it comes from the Santa Muerte Oracle. And this card is number 11. And it is titled Mictecacihuatl. I can actually show you. I'll actually read. 11. Mictecacihuatl is the queen of the dead and the afterlife, responsible for memory as a whole and individual memories. Yes, she is. Very much. The memory, ancestral memory, the memory of the dead. She represents the principle of synthesis and aggregation of bodies and matter, complementary to that of her husband Mictecacihuatl. She is the alchemic coagula to join together, a continuation on a lower level of the concept of synthesis expressed by the feminine card. In fact, we see her near some recently remodeled bodies devouring stars during the day, because just as life cannot exist without death, day cannot exist without night. Life cannot exist without death. Life feeds on life. You know that metal song? Life feeds on life, feeds on life, feeds on life. I forgot which band did that. But the advice of the dead says, the study and analysis you have done is sufficient, and time has come to put them to work, enacting your own synthesis. This is, again, the Santa Muerte Oracle by Fabio Lestrani. Get it on Amazon. I recommend it, especially if you're into oracle cards, and even just for your altar. If you don't read cards, that's fine. Use it for your altar pieces. Use it just to even enjoy the art. Frame it. And on the back, it has a Ouija board. And if you are nervous about Ouija boards, then I would say maybe don't use it as a Ouija board, or maybe you may not want to get it. Just a warning. Let me show you the back. Each card, if you put it all together, makes up a Ouija board. So, which I think is different from every other oracle cards out there. So we use her to honor those who have gone before, to ask her to help our ancestors, and to get ancestral help when we need it, especially when we feel we are in danger or we feel that we're having issues. This is also to help those who have lost maybe a pet, maybe your mother, maybe your father, maybe your wife, or maybe your best friend has passed away. And you can ask her to not only soothe your soul, but to have the safe passage for your loved ones. In pre-Columbian times, that's what it's called, before the conquistadors with their Christianity came to destroy nation after nation for the love of power, gold, and conquest. When a person died, they would put gifts like maybe trinkets and jewelry, and these gifts would be given to the Lord and Lady of the afterworld. Now, not everyone went to Mictlan, as I discussed. Some went to Tlalocan if they died through leprosy or certain venereal diseases, or by water, deaths by water, or struck by lightning, anything to do with that. A woman who died by childbirth would go to the west. I'm sorry, I thought I heard my cat coughing. Way in the back. Okay now. And those who died through violent death or certain their sacrifices would go to the east. They would help the sun during the rising. And the woman who died in childbirth would help the sun in the west. So there were 4 main places. And of course, there's always hauntings where maybe ghosts of the dead did not transform into spirits. So, yeah. She can be used in modern days to help you channeling, or when you're dealing with spirits and ghosts and entities. She can help you safely channel. She can help you with the Ouija board. Never use a Ouija board as a jest. If you ever get a Ouija board, please promise me you will not play with this thing. You will take it seriously. Okay? You will inflame yourself with prayer. I don't care who you pray to. God, Goddess, the universe, whatever. Have protections around you. Cleanse and consecrate the place. Wear some protective jewelry. And always be on guard that a nasty spirit can make its way in. And you want to be armed for that, just in case. Cast your circle or make a sacred space, whatever. Otherwise, leave the fucking board alone. But she can help you with that. And I did a presentation on Ouija boards, but she can help you to contact the dead safely. So, her time has been noted as the 5th hour of the 5th hour. Some of her, we're going to go through some modern offerings to her, because I know chocolate was sacred. The clothing of the dead, of course, was paper clothing, as deceased dressed in paper clothing for funeral services. So paper clothing is what they wore, the deities of the dead. Mictecacihuatl, my last presentation, was seen to wear paper clothes. Chocolate, can't go wrong with powdered chocolate. Chocolate, they would smoke it, and pre-Columbian times. But of course, this, it was eventually chocolate was turned into something you eat. So cocoa beans, uh, coffee, and all types of chocolate, but coffee, especially strong coffee. Strong coffee. And you can put some spirits in it, I'm not talking about booze. This goddess has a taste for booze. She likes red wine. Sweet or dry, but she likes strong the red wine. She likes booze. Well, we're not getting into Santa Muerte, but she has some of the same things that she likes. She has a taste for marijuana. Modern times. She has a taste for tequila. She loves tequila. Oh my God. Agave. Agave plant. Agave syrup. Agave. Corn. All types of corn. Boiled corn. Grilled corn. Popcorn. Corn tortillas. Corn bread. Honey corn bread. Honey. She loves honey. I know I'm getting off a little bit the food, but all corn chips just stink. Corn this and corn that. She loves it. She has a thing for candy. Sweet candy and fiery candy. She has a thing for that. Fiery chocolate as well. I mean, she likes some spicy things, so you could think about getting some specialty hot sauce or even just some Tabasco sauce. Don't break the bank. Sugar skulls. Candy sugar skulls. Bread. Especially the bread of the dead. And she likes macabre things. She really likes that. I have a Aztec death whistle. I've got to get it. I think I know where I put it. I don't want to blow it. I know how to blow it, but it puts my cat into a panic. And I said I would never blow it in the house again, ever. I have several Aztec death whistles. And they're really cool. The death whistles, of course, was used in time of war, in times of sacrifice. Look up Chemican, the band, the metal band. They dress as Aztecs. Cemican. If you're into metal and you're into Aztec, please look up their videos. They do live videos. They're on live videos at Whackin' Live. They also have videos where, they show the Lord and Lady of the Dead. They show different things of the Aztecs. It's really, really cool. And they dress as traditional Aztecs. And it's really cool. They come out with smudging everything, and oh my God, and they actually play the death whistle. So look up Chemican, Cemican. And I'll get the death whistle towards the end because I don't want to lose my audience. But I got to remember to get it. So her color that people have associated with her is red, but now black. So red and black, can't go wrong with that. So what else do I want to say about her? So even with the coming of the Christians and the forced conversions by fire and by sword and torture, the celebrations, surprisingly, and actually, not a whole lot of changes. There are some changes, but not a whole lot of changes from how it was practiced. I know I repeat a little bit, but that's how I teach. And that's how I learn. And but I don't use notes, as you can tell, and I do not have a script. I'm not going, I'm not reading from some Wikipedia site. So, what else I can say about her is, in the modern day, she has become even more motherly, dare I say, to those who are living. And let's see. Let's get some close up on these statues, these images of the beautiful lady. And you see she sits on the throne. Her owl headdress. And her snake. Another one of her animals is a snake. Sorry, I said owl and then I forgot the snake. I had, I'm sometimes an airhead. I can't help it. I'm a Libra. I have a lot of air signs. And you see her foot over the earth. Her flowers, marigolds. Marigolds are associated with the dead. And as I also said, that's also the flower of the god Tlaloc. So you can see this headdress where she's royalty. And as we know, deities, many deities are not static. We see this in the Norse pantheon, the changes. We see this in the Celtic pantheon. We see this in the Greek pantheon. The deities are not static. They go with the flow. So, what else can I say about her? Images, of course, skulls. You can't go wrong with skulls and bones. When you go by a cemetery, you can always ask your different deities of the dead. When we're talking about her to bless you. Now, Christians bless themselves, but you can ask her to bless you. Dear Mictecacihuatl, please bless me and protect me during my day and night. And you can always, send your love and leave offerings. But definitely respect of cemeteries. That's another way you can also honor her, is by honoring the dead. You see trash in the cemetery, you pick it up and you throw it in the nearest trash receptacle. We, do not take markers like they do in New Orleans and start fucking up with the tombstones. First of all, that's illegal. You will get a fine. You can even be imprisoned for that. For desecration. And as always, if you take dirt from the cemetery, always be very respectful and say, I would like, may I take some dirt? And if you feel a no, or you feel like something's wrong, then go to another part of the cemetery. And you can also say, hey, I'm using this dirt for just general things, so maybe I might use it for blessing, curse, whatever. But if you know, you can always say what you're using for, but when you take it, you do it with respect and you leave an offering. Leave some money, leave some candy, you know, pour some, literally pour some alcohol, drinking alcohol, some booze on the floor, on the ground, or leave a little bottle. You know, remember, be very stealthy about it. You don't want to get caught, because if you get caught, you can be fined for littering, and then you may be never be allowed back in. They'll chase you out. I never had that problem getting chased out. So, I did have a little confrontation with someone one time. They thought I was leaving something, or someone else did. I was like, no, but it wasn't me. But again, it's like, oh, so I dropped some change. Oops. you know? So again, always be careful. You don't want to get caught. I still went back to that cemetery, whatever. I liked it. I happen to love cemeteries. Okay, there are 9 levels that one has to go through, and it's an arduous 4-year journey, which I described. The first level where you go to is Chikon Hawapan. I hope I said it right. And this begins at a riverbank where the soul has to cross with an aid of a dog. And I wouldn't even try to pronounce the name of this dog. I think I could pronounce it, but I don't want anyone mad at me. It's Sholo Itzquile. I know I probably butchered it. It's a dog, and usually people say it's white, others say it's rainbow, and the reason why it's white or very brightly colored is because this place is dark. Then you go into the second level. Congratulations, you went through the easiest level. Now you have to go to the Tepekli Monamiklan, the place where mountains collide. And these are like these huge mountains that are separated, and you basically have to time it right, because these mountains will come together and crush you. Then the third level, you go Itzdepetel, a mountain that's covered in sharp obsidian, sharp flint, that will shred you. Then you go to the fourth level, which is a desolate place of ice, snow, frost, and stone. And it's actually called the place of the obsidian wind, because the wind is so cold and so strong that it can really cut you and injure you. The fifth level, congratulations, you made it to the fifth level, people. A place where you will fly like a plastic bag in the wind, in the whirlwind. It's basically a place, it's called the place where people fly and whirl around like flags, because you float, you fly, so on the sixth level, congratulations, you made that. This is a place where you are shot. This place, it's literally called where people are shot with arrows. And it's a broad pathway, and there are hands that are firing arrows, and these arrows are said to be the arrows lost in the battlefield, but each person who is firing an arrow was someone that was made a great impression on your life, good or bad. So that actually caused a change in your life, or was, again, that could have helped you, or could have changed your life. The seventh level, congratulations. This is a place where uh, jaguars would eat your heart. Now, some say would be that the dead would rip open their heart and say, "Here, eat my heart." Or a jaguar will come and rip the heart out of your chest, and your heart is no longer. On the eighth level, it's actually a place called Black Waters Lagoon. Yep, very black water lagoon, where the dead were finally, the flesh was taken off their bones. They were well, actually, they're defleshed, they're flayed, and your flesh. Actually, I would say it's off the bones, where your body, your spirit is actually liberated, so it's no longer. It's called Apocha. Oh, sorry, Apochakaloka. Apocha Apochakaloka. I hope I said it right. I believe I said it right. So the ninth level is a play. I can. It starts with CHIQUNA. Chi. I'm trying to think of the way it's Chikun. Oh, I should know this. Chikuna Miklan. Thank you, brain, for pulling it up. So, Chikuna Miklan. And this is where you had to cross 9 lagoons, or 9 bodies of water, where your soul was totally freed from the sufferings of your body. And then you will be received by the Lord and Lady, the Queen, King and Queen of the underworld. Now, at the end of the journey, there are 3 things that happen. People say either you receive oblivion. You're no longer. Now, I'm going to say, well, you still have some more sufferings to go to. Or others saying you have rest. You have a happy rest. And I like to think the third. And many people believe the third. So it didn't matter what your morals were, how you lived your life. If you went to Mictlan, everyone has the same journey. And that was the belief of the Aztecs. And everyone in every world had a belief of, like, the Norse, different places where you would go. Like, you would end up going to Helheim, actually, the Helheim, or Volkswagen. So, different strokes for different folks. So, this goddess can be used to also to help you have a happy death, a peaceful death passing. Also, if you are sick, to avoid death, but if you're going to die, that you can not only have a happy death, but also accept your mortality, your fate. Once you live, you have to pay the reaper. That's it. Whether you're rich or poor, young or old, powerful or insignificant, whether you lived a righteous life or an unrighteous life, whether you are in the military, the police, you're a politician, maybe you're a secretary, you're a lawyer, you're a judge, you're a firefighter, we all have to meet the reaper one day or one night. So eventually we have to pay the reaper. Let me go get that death whistle. So Hopefully, my cats will not play Godzilla with my altar. I got to go upstairs and look for it. I'll be right back. I'm back, folks. And I got one of the two death whistles. I think my little death whistle is way in a closet. Let me get it out. This is just one of them. And they come in different sizes and different shapes. I have one that looks like the Evil Dead. I don't want to blow it. I'm not gonna blow it. I'm sorry. I don't. It's not worth scaring my cats. But they're sleeping. Let me see. Yeah, Loki did not like that. So even that, it's just a pitch. It's meant. One of the things it's meant to do is it sounds like the scream of La Llorona. Like it actually has a high pitched, blood curdling scream, like the dead on the wind, just screaming. Yeah, and yeah, Loki's settled down now. So, but he got his ears picked, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna torture my cat. So even at that, I didn't know that would bother him if I did it that low, but apparently it is. This is one of my Aztec skulls. I don't know what they call it. They call it like the Quetzalcoatl skull. Right here. I actually have it on my steps, on the side of the steps where I go up in the home. Isn't that cool? But if you want to hear demonstrations of the death whistle, also you can look it up on YouTube or on the internet, and you can hear how creepy it sounds. And they sound different depending on how the shape of them and how small or how big. Sometimes the smaller ones actually make a higher pitched scream. And yes, it's the death whistle brings fear. That's one of the things it works with. But I do want to say before I go, is she approachable? She's becoming more approachable, but she may not be for those beginning the journey. Take it or leave it. That's just my advice. If you want to work with Santa Muerte, yes, especially the white. The white Santa Muerte. Also, that's very approachable. The white of all of them. La Catrina. La Catrina is not Santa Muerte. She is not Mictecacihuatl. She's not Mictecacihuatl. She deals with the Day of the Dead, and she has been used to represent them, but nope. And it is very festive. However, this has like a comic, political. It was drawn by illustrator Jose Guadalupe Posada, I want to say. And he would create cartoonish lithographs, drawings, and engravings to be a satire to illustrate societal issues in his time and political issues in his time. So, yeah. La Catrina, people have been using her for Santa Muerte and Mictecacihuatl, but you can use it on her altar if you want. People do. But I'm just saying, the La Catrina is not Santa Muerte or Mictecacihuatl. I also wanted to bring that up. But thank you. I want to thank you for watching my video. If you liked it, please subscribe to my video. Oh, by the way, this is the Z-Boss. It's really cool. The box. So you get it on Amazon. And it comes in this beautiful bag. But if you like my videos, please subscribe. Hit that like button. Share my video with your friends and family. Oh, some news I want to tell you. I got my name on another movie, Never Hike Alone, Part 2, as thank you credits. So, if you look for Lady Calimere, by the Never Hike Alone 2 is a Friday the 13th fan film, done very well. It has Thomas Matthews in it as Tommy Jarvis, his iconic role, Tommy Jarvis, in official movies. So, like, a lot of fan movies just love to have him as Tommy Jarvis, which is pretty cool. It's done by Vincent DiSanti, the Womp Stomp Films. So, I'm so happy to be able to contribute. Also, I went to my concert. Yes, I had to travel. To see 5 bands. So it was worth the travel because I got to stay with a friend. It was really cool. I got to see Love Revolution, then Black Satellite, then Il Nino, ILL Nino, means sick boy or ill boy. Then Devil Driver, then Cradle of Filth. And yes, Danny Filth does hit those high-pitched screams. If you've never seen him scream, he does a high-pitched, blood-curdling scream. Yes, that is his voice. So, Cradle of Filth was great. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. And as always, blessed be!